alive, you're coming with me.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 21 of One Podcast for Nerds. I'm your host, Andrew, and we're here having a good time on a nice Saturday evening.
DJ Andy Bo!
That is such a hard left turn from last episode's fucking monotone. Caught me off guard.
It's good. It really is.
Good.
I'm here.
No.
With me always is Austin.
Hey, how's it going?
Nolan.
Hey.
And Bones. How we all doing today? How we feeling? How we feeling?
I'm doing
today?
good, man.
Yeah,
relaxed.
Good.
Oh,
Very nice. It's okay.
Are we loose?
Okay.
Are we loose for tonight's episode?
Nice
Yeah,
and
I mean,
loose.
it's not
And
like
a
we
really
had-
good warm up.
Nice and loose.
I have goose-like looseness.
Goose-like looseness.
Wow.
How loose is your goose?
Fucking great. No,
Yeah,
we're
you
not
know
going
what?
down this punny road, are we?
There's something I'm slowly finding out right now.
What's
What's
up?
up?
I can't play Apex Legends and talk to you guys at the same time.
Wow. Oh,
Yeah,
so you
sorry.
playing video games right now? Like how you
Yeah.
called me out?
Well, I started around, but it got like super glitchy when we started recording. So
I'm talking to pretty girl and titter.
Wow, brag about it.
yeah, what the fuck,
Oh.
man?
I'll brag. She's pretty.
It's okay, guys. I'll literally be dead in like 2 seconds. So,
Those Snapchat filters do wonders.
but yeah. So
Poor
like,
girl didn't deserve that.
No, this one, she's beautiful.
Oh, I have no idea. I don't even.
this episode is gonna be a bit of a looser episode. It's gonna be kind of a chiller. We're just gonna talk about nerd shit. We're gonna talk about nerdy shit. I think we have some Olympic comments to make.
Don't move.
We're gonna me and Bones are
Don't
gonna
move.
play this.
Don't move. There's a fucking velociraptor right behind you.
Don't turn
Don't
around.
move.
And some
It's
fossils.
visions based on movement.
No, that's
Your
a
vision.
T-Rex.
Your nostrils are based on nothing. I don't know.
Yeah, your nostrils are based on your goobers, you big booger head.
Your gooches.
Yeah, you're not seeing the goat show later.
Fucking Christ.
Goat
So the
show
Olympics.
invitation revoked.
Yeah, that's what you want.
Canada, right? We finally won one.
What do you mean? We finally won.
We
won
won
a
the
lot.
entire Olympics. Every other
Yeah,
country can
yeah.
suck it.
I don't know what that meant. That was very ominous.
That was really
ominous
aggressive
thing
for
there.
Canada. Holy shit.
Actually, so last episode we were talking, we kind of like touched on some shit. So I'm rewatching the X-Men 90s cartoon, and
Oh, bro, good choice.
man, Canada's pretty fucking cool on that cartoon.
Well, yeah, because that's where Weapon
Well,
X was handled.
Yeah, but like they're
Yeah.
villainous in that cartoon. Like as a country, we are some bad fucking people.
Well, I mean, it's not as bad as what some of the other countries did with their programs, but yeah, you're not wrong. Wolverine went
So-
through a lot of shit.
Also, Canada has really shitty mutants. Just want to point that out too.
Apart from Wolverine.
Wow, you gonna fucking talk to Alpha Flight like that? Come on now, Sasquatch, Puck.
Yeah, Puck's
Fucking
Puck is
Puck
the
is the worst.
worst.
And then there is like the 40th Captain America clone with the Winter Guard or whatever his name is
Yeah, he's the one with like the Canadian flag like in the side of his or Canadian the maple
on the
leaf.
shield.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
on the shield. Yeah,
Who's the
yeah,
one
it's
that has
also on a shield.
who has the maple leaf like on their side that can like make a shield? Like they actually physically make a like a mind shield, but like the maple leaf's like on the side of their suit. He's like the first one that captures Wolverine. I can't remember his fucking name. Also, it's weird looking. I think I moved my camera, boys.
Is he called the Canadian Shield?
I think
No,
he is.
I think
There is
no. I'm
one,
pretty sure
isn't
he's
there?
I think
No,
it's called. I think
well,
it's called Canadian Healthcare.
no. He's called the Winter Guard.
Was it the Winter Guard?
I'm pretty sure.
He didn't have a shield though.
I feel attacked right now.
Yeah, we're gaslighting you hard for making comments you don't understand.
I don't deserve this.
Debatable. I mean,
I
Hey,
think
Why
he
can't
is.
Canadians
Who-
be
who
the new
really-
token character
who-
in movies
who really deserves
and
anything?
shows?
the Olympics have actually been kind of interesting this year. I've seen some really cool stuff that I haven't seen. Yeah, I'm leaving this. I'm leaving this topic. Fuck you guys. Bullied me out of this topic. I'm out. One of the gold medalists, and I believe it's in like the long jump or whatever. Nolan just left.
Did he jump
They
far?
tied, right? Instead of doing another jump off, they just decided to share the gold medal, which I think is really cool.
Oh
Fuck
yeah, I read
that.
about that.
Okay, so we're not competing. Not about competition.
No,
We're sharing now.
I don't know. It's kind of cool, camaraderie between countries.
Radius.
No, that's not what the Olympics are about.
That's the
So
mutant's
it's
name.
showing
is
how
Radius.
much better you are than everybody else.
That's the whole point.
The mute.
Because
The
every
mute.
country that gets to host it, they put on this big fucking extravagant show. If they didn't, then it wouldn't be a competition, and it is to show how good you are, and you
Right.
are truly the best, and you think you are the best, and all your illusions are real.
That's
Well,
right.
I mean, let's be honest
And
here.
as best plumber in the world.
Is that something to brag about?
Sorry,
They had-
did you
They
say
had
best?
Mario
did you
at the opening ceremonies, man.
Oh no, that wasn't at the opening ceremonies. That was at the
That was the opening ceremonies.
video I sent you.
No, there was another one. They had
Oh.
Mario at the opening ceremonies as well.
I
Yeah,
didn't
he was
think
also at Rio or wherever the last ones were.
the closing ceremonies. I didn't think he was at the opening ceremonies. But I thought he was because I thought Nintendo
Russia
backed out.
was fucking crazy.
Or maybe that was just in the video you sent me.
Yeah,
from the
that
closing
was-
ceremonies.
That was the closing ceremonies when they were going to Tokyo. Mario was like transported from Japan to Rio to be there and all that shit. But anyways, the mutant I was talking about that captures Wolverine in the first one, his name was Radius.
Radius.
Yeah, because
Great.
geometry, Canada, we have that link. We don't, Austin. You don't have to look so confused. I'm making all that crap up, dude. I don't know why his name's fucking Radius.
Diameter always kicks his ass.
Yeah. Pi
Makes us
squared
wrong
is
and
never
stuff.
his friend. Wow, that was the nerdiest thing we've ever said. Anyways, and not like geek nerd. That was like
Pure
weird
purebred
math
nerd.
nerd. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. Fuck. I don't know. Yeah. So Canada won
You need
soccer.
a little breather after that.
I do. I don't know, man. Like, I feel like we're gaslighting Radius really hard here.
Rethink my existence for a second here.
Yeah.
So I haven't really been following Canada that close. What
Well, you live
What have we
here, so
won?
you don't have to. You're
Yeah.
already here.
Well, you should be following as the amount of forest fires that are near your house right now.
that is true. There's quite a bit. I think there's like 4 or 5 around Kamloops.
Well, there's one to you, and you are kind of okay. I got Sparks over here, Sparks Lake. So
Yeah, White Rock
you know what?
over here.
yeah. So I don't know. I was gonna say like, hey, you guys been watching any funny movies or any good movies, any nerdy movies, games? What do you guys want to do?
I've been playing Pac-Man 99 since I downloaded it this afternoon.
Yeah, it's a good fucking game, dude.
So much fun, man. It's
I
so
thought
addictive.
that's what you were doing instead of talking to women. I mean,
I
unless
alternate.
it's Pac-Man, then I guess it's a twofer. But
Well, there you go.
I
I combine both.
defeat all worlds. Austin's over here fucking playing Final Fantasy 14.
No,
Whatever, dude. Whatever.
I am listening to this conversation. All right.
Mhm. Yeah. Are you?
Yeah.
Did you hear the shit I said earlier?
About
Yeah, you got nothing. You got nothing because I
About
didn't say
Radius?
anything. No.
Oh, we moved off Radius. We went to
Yeah,
Diameter Pi, man.
Yeah. Went
diameter
to,
by
yeah,
twice as powerful.
I went to a polygon. I went to an isosceles
didn't.
triangle. Right angle.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, it was
Pythagorean.
theorem.
Pythagorean.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
Bro.
you got some
What's your loss function, bro?
Yeah, we got your function. Your sin, your cos,
No.
your tan.
No, you didn't.
I don't even know why I know all this shit. I really have no reason to.
It's grade 12 math, and you'll never bring it up again.
Grade 11, actually. It was grade 11, and then grade 12 was bullshit. Yeah, fuck. Anyways.
So my question was,
Why are you playing Genshin Impact?
why are you creeping? You fucking got you there, didn't I?
You looked confused for 2 seconds. You didn't know what to do.
No, I still have this from the fucking last time you caught me off guard. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
But no, so how many gold medals? Like, how many medals has Canada actually won?
So
More
hey,
than
everyone.
4.
Yeah. So welcome to One Podcast for Nerds, the Olympic podcast. That's what we're here for. That's why we exist. We won one today. If anyone
Did we?
cared. Yeah.
We won the decathlon,
Yeah.
I
Wasn't it?
think.
Yeah. And then wasn't it? I thought we won something else today.
I know Andre DeGrasse won the 200 meter.
Yeah.
Women won.
I don't know. We're doing really
We won
well.
some
though.
swimming gold, I think, somewhere.
Well, fuck, man. So many women from our country are kicking ass, which was awesome.
Yeah, it's like we sent a
Oh,
female
badass.
team. I don't know.
Cycles.
Women, Andre DeGrasse.
Kelsey Mitchell cycles for gold for Canada's 24th medal of Tokyo Olympics, and that was an hour ago. So
Way to go.
There you go. Look at that.
Congratulations.
Round of applause, everybody, for our hardworking athletes. Okay. Anyways, so let's talk about some nerd shit. Why are you playing Genshin Impact? Like, what's with that game?
It's nerdy shit, dude.
Yeah, but like, what about that game is so appealing?
I don't know. I like the world. It's like it's because it's a Chinese game, but it's like
Why are you
it
gonna
feels
say
like
it's a
Breath of
Chad
the
game?
Wild.
Yeah.
It's like Breath of the Wild. It feels like amazing. Like it's just really really good. They like tweaked it super well, and then I don't know. It's just really fun. You know, it's got that anime kind of feel that I like. Really cool like element reactions and everything like that. It's challenging. And the open world is based off of the Breath of the Wild mechanics. So if you see something, you can just go there. You can climb it. It's just really really good.
See something, say something.
So yeah, no, I just always enjoyed it. Yeah, so it's just really good. Why do you enjoy Apex?
Why are you flipping the script on me, man? This is an interrogation of you. You know, I'm here asking the
It's an
questions.
interrogation to me because I'm playing.
No, I have nothing to do with this shit, man. No, what the fuck are you doing?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm listening to you guys.
Yeah?
He's listening to me. He's listening to you interrogate me.
Genshin Impact.
Yeah, he's looking really into you're playing fucking Pac-Man, aren't you piece of shit?
I am not.
No. Okay.
My Switch is charging over there because I ran the battery out earlier.
So last episode we were talking about Suicide Squad. Like, what's everyone kind of looking forward to Suicide Squad? Like anything? Like, I mean, like I'm honestly, I'm actually really looking forward to Nathan Fillion's character, the assembling boy or whatever.
Arm fall off boy.
The arms fall off, man. Yeah.
Yeah. So arms fall off man is really funny because he's from the future in the DC universe. His I don't know if James Gunn's changed it or not, but he keeps trying out for the Legion of Superheroes, and they keep fucking telling him to fuck off. Like he fails every tryout because his power is so fucking lame.
Yeah.
What is his power? He just
His arms fall off.
Yeah.
Is that
His
it?
arms literally fall off. Like he can rip off one of his arms and beat you with his arm. That's it. His arms fall off.
Yeah, but in the movie, his arms like pop off, they float, and then he like float towards like some bad people, and then he just like slaps them in the face and like tries to like yank their guns from their hands and just keeps slapping them in the face and shit. Like that's all he does in the movie. I don't even know why. I think Nathan Fillion is probably one of my favorite Canadian actors. And yeah, like I'm super glad he's into it. I look forward to it.
Actually,
Oh yeah. I
there's
remember
a
an interview.
commercial.
I remember an interview with him. He's like, formidable? No. Annoying? Yes.
Yeah. He is though. And he pops up in the weirdest shit. Like he's always in fuck, what did he show up in that was really weird?
Firefly, Castle, Destiny.
No. He was in a cartoon though. He like popped up in a cartoon as himself. Oh yeah, Big Mouth. He shows up in Big Mouth randomly as himself because like that chick or that little girl's like really obsessed with Nathan Fillion, and so she has like
because he's awesome.
Yeah, no, he's a really fucking he's funny.
There is a petition right now for in an Edmonton park.
Yeah.
To name it the Nathan Fillion Civilian Pavilion.
Yeah, I know. I heard about that. That petition's been kicking around for a couple of years.
That's funny.
And I first found out about it from the trailer because then all the cast is kind of like talking about it, right? And at the end of it, he's like, "You missed it." He's Nathan Fillion shows up. He's like, "You missed an opportunity to call it the Magnificent Nathan Fillion Civilian Pavilion."
Yeah, no,
I'm also looking forward to Polka Dot Man.
Yeah,
yeah, he's apparently actually really strong in this movie too, which is really funny because Polka Dot Man, he's probably the last comic was in like the 60s.
He seems equally as lame as Arms Fall Off Man.
Yeah.
Arguably worse.
Arguably
What's his superpower if he's polka dot guy?
He shoots
He
polka
does.
dots at
He
you.
shoots polka dots. Covers things in polka dots.
Yeah, no, it's they really. So for the cool part about the Suicide Squad was, is the fact
They're
that
all a
like
bunch of fuck ups and useless people.
no, not at all. They're just villains, but they're forgettable, right? They're the guys that you're not. It's not like the Joker is gonna ever be in the Suicide Squad. It's not like Zod will ever be in the Suicide Squad, because Suicide Squad is like the villains that are forgettable, that they don't care if they die or not. So in the original Suicide Squad, like that, like a villain D-list villains would die all the time, right? So it's kind of like counterintuitive for Harley Quinn to be in it, even though she is usually on the Suicide Squad. But yeah, so like for this one here, it's really cool because like characters will actually die. Because when you went into the other one, there's no way in fucking hell Will Smith would die. Because you're like, no, he's Will Smith. He's an A-list actor. He's not gonna die, right? Margot Robbie's not gonna die, right? So with all these different heroes, like just like these like D-list heroes, like Javelin is a German Olympian that tried to be a hero with his Olympian with his javelin powers, but he ended up being a villain, and he's just a shitty villain, right? Like there's no way in hell Javelin is gonna make it through the movie. Right, so it's going to be really cool because these characters are going to die. So, like for the Suicide Squad, you're supposed to have this feeling that they're never like they're not supposed to make it, right? No matter whatever mission they go on, a couple of them aren't coming back, right?
So it's a genius device by DC then to get rid of all the bad villains that were basically created by mistake.
Yeah,
they try it out. It's like, ooh, you know what, polka dot guy, like that's just a bit lame. It's like, let's throw him in Suicide Squad so we can kill him.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And then it's just also cool because you also get to focus on some of the villains as well, because they're villains and they're going in on a suicide mission to die. It's an interesting topic. I'm really excited for it. I've heard a lot of good things.
Yeah, I've heard
Yeah, I want to
nothing but
see
good
what how Margot Robbie is in this one, because she's had I think 3 different directors direct her character now, and James Gunn hasn't directed her yet.
Canonically, from what I've heard so far, is she's slightly more progressed from Emancipation of One Harley Quinn, right? So she's not. This is going to take place after the Harley Quinn movie, after she kicked Jared Leto to his stupid ass Joker to the curb.
Yeah, fuck, he was so mad.
Ah, ah, ah! God, I hated him.
I did too. He wasn't that great of a Joker.
I do feel bad for David Ayer though. He is very adamant that like the studio really butchered that movie. Right, that there's a lot of really good parts to it.
Said that.
No,
Yeah.
but I mean, there's not much. I mean, that being said, though, the Joker still wasn't good. Whether they unbutchered, I'm actually a little worried for Morbius.
Why?
So because Jared Leto.
Well, that, and we haven't heard anything about it.
No, but it's coming out
I don't
next
know.
year.
The right role,
I've seen the
Jared
one
Leto's
trailer,
really
that's all.
good. The right role, Jared Leto's really good.
I know, but
That's
he's
true.
good. He's good in like roles that like are like kind of like chilled out. I find he's better in like chilled out bro dude roles, or like
Chilled out
like-
bro dude roles like Dallas Buyers Club.
Sure, yeah.
Well, he's in
Whatever.
that movie. He's
I know, but I'm just saying that like I just don't. What I'm trying to say is I don't think he makes a great villain. Like I don't think he. I think
The
he
only
tries to
time he did was in
He does-
the after credit scene in the cut in the new cut of Justice League.
Yeah, fair
He
enough.
was
Well,
great, and I thought he did that really well. The Joker. That's probably because it was completely different from the Joker from the Suicide Squad.
Also, wasn't that a different director to begin
Oh, yeah.
with? Yeah.
Oh,
So
no, it's just Zack Snyder again.
from the Suicide Squad, Zack Snyder did the Suicide Squad.
No, Zack Snyder did the Justice League, but he's
I know, but I'm saying that like the Joker in the Suicide Squad, like the director for the original the 2016 Suicide Squad, compared to Zack Snyder for Justice League, which he directed Jared Leto's Joker in that one, compared to the old one, like just maybe just did better with Jared Leto. So
it's very possible.
Completely
And
different
I think
tone
it just
and everything
it
for the
had-
movie there too.
it just had its time to really develop, because it's fucking a 4-hour long movie.
Blade Runner 2049. He played Neander Wallace. He's great as Neander Wallace.
Fuck, I need to rewatch that movie. Actually, I've been wanting to for so long.
He was also
It's
in
such a
Fight
good
Club,
movie.
and I really
Oh, I
enjoyed
know
him
it's a
getting
good
his ass kicked
movie.
in Fight Club. That was great.
He's also in the band fucking 30 Seconds from Mars.
Well, there goes all our like Scottish, Irish listeners just left the show right then and there. Like, oh, I'm sorry, didn't know you're gonna mock us in this episode. Yeah, I don't know. I should rewatch Blade Runner. It's been so long, and I don't know. I've been like itching to watch it lately, so I should just go for it again.
Such a weird.
I love it. Such a good movie.
It's just such a weird premise because
Yeah.
all we did was beg the studio to make that movie, right? And then they did, and then we're like, yeah, we're not gonna go see it though. Thank you for making it, but we're not gonna go watch it.
What's
I went through 3 times.
like the original Blade Runner or the new Blade Runner?
The new one.
Oh, the new one, because
Yeah,
the
the
old
new
one
one
was
was
like 81.
Yeah, no,
1981
sorry.
or
Yeah. Sorry.
Not that old, Andrew.
No, it was a good movie too. What's like the worst movie you guys have seen with like the worst CGI, or like like graphical compilations or anything like that?
The fucking
Mortal
theatrical
Kombat 1.
release.
The very first Mortal Kombat movie.
Really?
No,
It's not
the
great,
theatrical
man.
release of Justice League.
The original release of Justice League. Okay, I'm saying
Mustache Gate.
ever, not recently. It can be whatever movie you watch, like even maybe in the 80s or the 90s or whatever.
The worst.
Sharknado. How about that one?
That's just a bad movie. That's just a bad movie. Like, just generally a bad movie. For me personally, it's The Last Starfighter has the best, like, shittiest animated
That is
graphics.
I
true.
loved that movie though, man.
The movie is
Such a
good,
great
man,
movie.
but the
So
CGI
good.
is so it's literally made like if you were to take like Star Fox and Super Nintendo and you took like that like polygon looking like graphics, that's basically what's in that movie. Like a little more
Yeah, but
higher rendered, but like that is what it is. Oh no, I am not dissing the movie. That movie is amazing. I love that movie, but I've watched it like a few times in the last couple months. And man, there's bad graphics though, but it's just one of those things that are just really funny. It's like Star Trek to me.
Well, see, that's
Like I love the original Star Treks. I think they're amazing and they're so good. But man, like I every time I watch that TV show, I'm sitting there and when they like go through shit and they start like shaking around and someone just grabs a camera and they're doing this and you're all like, oh my god. And like I'm like, what would it be like to be on that set right now where you're like the cameraman's just shaking the cameras and you're just flailing around? Like it's so bad, but that's what makes it so good. Oh man, I love it so much.
well, see, that's the thing.
Remember the first Hulk?
Like yeah.
Like in 2000,
Lou Ferrigno.
whatever.
No, Lou Ferrigno was off. That was
a
she's talking about the Eric
No.
Bana.
Yeah.
Like
He's not talking about
yeah.
the TV series.
Like 2000 or something it came out.
Yeah.
The Eric Bana one.
Yeah.
Right.
That's where his dad is absorbing man, where he's turns into a lightning monster at the end. You know what? Back when they were making those shitty Marvel movies, like Doctor Doom, lightning powers, Absorbing Man, lightning powers, right? There's like villain, you have lightning powers.
Oh,
fuck.
it's probably the easiest thing to CGI, man.
Yes.
I mean, you're not wrong, but still.
We just talked about The Last Starfighter from like 1981 or 1996.
See, my choice for that is Mortal Kombat 1 and 2 from the 90s.
Goro looks so bad.
Goro looks really bad, and the worst one, Lizard. It's not great.
Mhm.
If you look up the CGI on Lizard, Andrew, it's not a pretty sight, man.
Yeah, they just all look bad.
Remember the Mummy Return, like the
Oh,
Brendan
the
Fraser?
Rock, the Scorpion King.
Oh
And
yeah,
the
that was.
and then there's
so
the Scorpion was King with the Rock.
Oh,
That was bad.
And like at the end, he transformed into a half scorpion, half man.
Yeah.
It's like
but
His
I will
face.
say the fucking Scorpion King movie that came out afterwards that WWE made with
Yeah.
back in Egypt, the very first one, not bad, pretty good.
No,
Yeah,
It was
compared to the Mummy,
great for
yeah, it was
time.
way better. I mean, like, I think of like, I don't know. I also think of Star Wars when like George Lucas like redid the prequels. Like, I don't know. I find the CGIs in those weren't that great either. Like they were
Oh,
better.
the prequels.
Yeah, but they weren't great. I mean, he did better
Well,
job.
it was
He
still
did a
the
better
cut.
job than the originals.
It's just because in the originals was mainly practical effects, right?
That's what makes it better.
Well, see, I think what you're talking about is when he came back over to re-release the sequels after the prequels. He changed a bunch of stuff over
Yeah,
to
CGI. I know.
CGI, right? Like for example, not a lot of people know from the original cut of the A New Hope, Jabba was just a dude.
Yeah. Also,
He was just a random dude.
You can also tell that when Han Solo initially walks around Jabba with his tail, he doesn't step on his tail.
Yeah.
He just walks.
Right.
He walks level the entire time, and then it wasn't until they did the remakes and was it like the early 2000s? Or no, sorry, it was like the mid 90s. They did the re-releases on VHS, and he actually like hops over. Like he actually steps over the tail in that one.
Yeah. So there's a lot of like bad stuff in that, but
I don't think it was bad. I thought it was actually pretty good. What I'm talking about was like when he did episode 1, 2, and 3. I felt like there was so much CGI in that movie. It just generally didn't look great.
One thing I really did like about the prequels is like they knew they were cheesy and they just went with it.
The worst scene in the first 3 movies of Star Wars is episode 3 when Obi-Wan Kenobi goes and tells Padme that Anakin killed the younglings.
Younglings.
It was the most soap opera looking motherfucking scene I have ever seen in my that's all I could think of was a soap opera, and it was so bad. And I was like, you could have
because he has his like fingers over his mouth. He's like playing with his mustache.
Like the lighting, the angle it's taken at, like the reaction was like, no, that can't be. And like I'm just like this he doesn't have my baby. Like it's like that's what it's like. Like I'm just like, what the fuck is this? Oh man, that was like the one scene I think I wish they would reshoot. Though I'm super excited for the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series. Don't get me wrong, I am fucking like hyped out of my mind for that, and I really hope
Obi-Wan was like the only redeeming factor.
The
prequels.
He was the only redeeming factor. But I'm so hoping that it leads into Darth Maul playing a bigger role in the newer universe because he's still alive during this whole sequence. And like Darth Maul was shitty in episode 1. Like that character, like I mean,
he had 3 lines.
I know, and but like his character evolved so much between then and now. And I think he's a great villain. Like the Clone Wars did him such a good service, like morphing him into who he is. And I really hope they bring that to the screen in live action because like he's fucking nuts. He's like what I want Carnage to be in the new Venom. Just like
I don't know, man. The new Venom trailer looks pretty fucking good.
That's what I mean though. Like I want him to be like that's how like he's messed in the mind, right? Like he like lost himself and he finds himself again, and he's like he's purely like he's driven purely by revenge. And I don't know. I love it. I want so many more Sith movies.
Well, apparently, the guy who directed Iron Man and who has been running this TV side of Star Wars,
Favreau.
Yeah, Favreau wants to do an old Republic movie trilogy.
Yeah,
starring
Revan.
But I just want pure death and violence. Like I want a rated R Star Wars movie where it's like they cover Darth Plagueis, and when he goes around trying to like study midichlorians and how he was like basically he was a part of the it's like the Trade Federation kind of like he was kind of like in that like the banking clan and the Trade Federation and all that stuff. He was in that circle, so he had a lot of money to his name, but like he was a Sith Lord and no one knew it because you had the rule of 2 and all that stuff. And then he finds Palpatine and whatever because like Palpatine kills his dad, and then like Darth Plagueis and whatever finds him and all that stuff. Anyways, but like he like experiments on living creatures, and like when you read the books they like scream and he like cuts off their arms, and it's messed, and like but it would be such a good movie.
And I can't wait for the Ahsoka TV show because Thrawn's actually going to be in it for like live action, man.
It depends who they get as Thrawn, man.
Benedict Cumberbatch should be Thrawn. I'd be okay with that.
He already said no.
He already said no.
Why? Benedict, why are you doing me like this, buddy?
He doesn't want to be painted blue. That's actually why he doesn't want to be fully painted blue. That's why he doesn't want to do it.
Unbelievable.
I know.
He doesn't even. He only wears the white fucking like officer thing. Like it's only your hands and your face.
Yeah.
Come on,
man.
Unbelievable.
He would make the best Thrawn.
Yeah.
Though Thrawn is shorter than he would be. That's the only difference.
Yeah, but so is Wolverine. But no one's complaining about Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, that's true. So I was gonna say, because Thrawn's not a very tall person, but Thrawn's a great character. I just want more villains, man. I'm kind of tired of hearing the good guy side.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I actually
Darth Bane would be really cool.
I had a really interesting conversation with an old roommate where he was like, you know what? And like when Obi-Wan Kenobi says like, it's true from a certain point of view. Like when you have like the light and the good side or the light and the dark side, sorry, like your vision is kind of skewed to either side.
That is a Freudian slip, you fucking Sith bastard.
so like what he thinks is like though you're dark, what you think you're doing is good. And then when you're light, what you think is doing is good. And like I'm just so if you think about it, however you look at it, I mean, like the Empire was hella racist to aliens. We all know that. But what they actually thought they were doing was good. And like it's just kind of an interesting story that like
It's two different dogmas and two different ideologies.
Yeah, right. It just it depends what
each.
side you it depends what kind of side you lean on. But like I mean, it was the Empire. It wasn't the Empire. It was the Emperor that was racist. It wasn't actually like he put that racism.
I don't know.
He put that
a couple of the fucking officers are pretty fucking racist.
Yeah, but it's kind of like looking at like, people are a subject of their environment where like that's how they're raised and all that stuff, right? So it's kind of like how we look at how we find older generations today being like not politically correct, right? Because that's just the way they were raised. Like it's not an excuse, but that's just kind of like what happened with them, right? And then so you kind of have that where like you have your higher up being like the kind of person he is and then feeding that down below. But like it'd just be interesting to have like a darker side view, like seeing the dark side from that point, and not necessarily. I mean, I think the Emperor is racist. I don't think like the Sith were. Oh yeah, no, they were pretty like against aliens and shit like that.
But Darth Maul was an alien.
Yeah, but they respect the power over anything else. It doesn't matter that he's an alien. He's just super powerful.
So I guess a better way to put this would be like, so when you're on like when you were a Sith, if you didn't have force powers that were strong enough, then you were a slave.
Yeah,
that's basically how it worked, right? It would just be interesting to kind of like explore that because they've never really, other than Darth Maul and like the little bit of like Palpatine you get out and then like the books, right? You don't really have that view. And I feel like there's a lot of story there to tell that wouldn't be so repetitive to what we see now.
I would love to see some of the Vader comics come to live action TV show.
You is fucked, man.
Well, it's just like my favorite line from any comic book is from the Vader comic where he's like, they shoot down his TIE fighter, right? And he just climbs out and he's like armor's all beat up and everything like that. And they're like, it's like an entire army of the fucking rebellion. They're like, you're surrounded, right? And he like ignites his lightsaber and he goes, the only thing I'm surrounded by is fucking cowards and dead men.
Yeah. If you read the book, I think it was Sith Lords. I'm not sure, but there was like a scene in it where his basically they don't know, like at this point Darth Vader's a rumor. No one's ever really seen him, so they don't really know if he exists or not, but there's like stories going around about like a man dressed in black with a red lightsaber and he just like kills everyone, like no one's ever alive to tell the tale. And there's like a bit where like the rebels are trying to like the rebellion starting up and they're trying to hide and stuff like that. And there's like a scene when like Darth Vader basically like leaves whatever is going on. He's tracking the ship that's trying to stay silent. He finds it, he boards it, and then basically what he does is he starts killing everybody. And then like the bridge is like, it's kind of an emotional scene because like it's two ships together, but only one's been found, and they're like communicating with each other. And the person's like, "What's going on?" Like, "Oh, like he's on board," and then like you just all that ever, and then all of a sudden he gets in. He's like, "Oh, he's in the command room or whatever." Like he's on the bridge. And then he like all you hear is like lightsaber, like because like these books are really well audioed, and so he just does like his lightsaber slashings, and then like all of a sudden,
no, like because these books are very well audioed.
Yeah, I don't know. It's only like they got like the sound effects and shit. Anyways, and so he's like lightsabering everyone, and then like it goes silent, and then all they hear is like the comm channels are open, and all they hear is like him breathing into the comm. I don't know, man. It was eerie when you listen to that book.
The voiceover is really done well.
Yeah, they are really done. Yeah, the books are done super well for all the Star Wars books. Like they
include sound effects, is what you're saying.
Yeah. So you have like the sound of TIE fighters. They have the theme music playing in the background when things get heavy. Like they really like pull you into the story. It's so good, and there's so many of them, man. And it's like you hear like lightsaber fights. It is. Oh, sorry. Go on. I thought you were saying
another redeeming thing for the prequels. Is the fact that Battle of the Fates was created in the prequels.
Yeah,
that's the Darth Maul theme, And when they played it at the end of when Anakin and Obi-Wan are fighting, you're like, oh, it's just so good, man. It's one of the best fucking Star Wars themes out there.
It's also like I will say, out of like the prequels, I think the scene of Obi-Wan and Anakin fighting, or like that whole like sequence, is probably the best of the prequels.
Yep.
So
I think so.
because 1 didn't have anything, 2 was garbage, and then it was only a good thing.
Oh yeah, 2 is fucking god awful.
Anyone excited for the new Spider-Man movie, or like Doctor Strange?
I'm really
Doctor Strange is going to be
Strange.
awesome.
Doctor Strange is one of my favorite Marvel movies. I really enjoy it.
After Loki and WandaVision and finding out that they're going to be in the Doctor Strange movie, I am so fucking pumped.
Yeah, the multiverse of madness.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. Well, I don't know. Like, I'm a little worried for Doctor Strange 2 because it's gone through 2 directors now. So
Oh yeah, that's right.
So like, that's always like, we're kind of back with like what basically what happened with the Justice League, right? Too many hands are in that pot, so like we don't know what's going to come out at the end, right? Like you don't know what kind of cookie you're going to get. I mean,
Yeah, but Marvel does have a better handle on what they're doing than DC did.
It just depends. All it matters is long as like Feige like stays control of it and Disney doesn't get their grubby little fucking fingers in there, right? They should be fine. But Andrew's right. With like 2 directors, that's 2 different ideas kind of running into each other. The problem is, though, like a counter argument to that is, Andrew, Ant-Man 1 was a really good movie.
Yeah,
and it went through 2 directors.
It did, yeah.
Right? So
also
that's where the overarching control
start,
Marvel, I think, could be really helpful.
But they also haven't started filming it yet either, right? So there's that as well.
But I just really like it because of the fact that all these different stuff is going to happen. I'm probably more. I think I'm more excited for Spider-Man.
I'm actually pretty excited for Spider-Man myself
because you got
to be in Spider-Man.
So there's going to be so the original Doc Ock from Spider-Man 2 is going to be the main antagonist for the movie.
Okay, because he was brilliant.
So, very, very good. So what happened was, I guess, he kind of like when he like sunk down into the ocean with the thing, he got teleported through different like the barriers and everything like that. Okay. So Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are going to be showing up. So I think is what's going to happen is it's going to be no, like it's
nope, it's not fact. They've
anyways.
They've both said it, and even people thought Emma Stone was going to show up too, playing whatever her character was. But no one has factually said that they're going to be in that to this day. And like, I mean, I'm still saying like people are still counting on it happening, but no one has actually confirmed it's happening.
My theory, because since he's in it, right? It's going to be one of the villains. So it's going to be Jamie Foxx's Electro.
I hope not.
Actually, I didn't mind it. Like, I think
I hope they change him, do something with him.
Yeah, because Jamie Foxx is an amazing actor, right? So with some proper direction, I think they could do a lot with that character. So my theory is it's going to be a villain from the Tom Holland stuff. Like maybe it'll actually be another Mysterio or a Vulture, right? Or they could do a Green Goblin. It doesn't like they can come up with another one. So it'll be a Tom Holland villain, a Andrew Garfield villain, and a Tobey Maguire villain, right? And they're kind of going to be going in between each of the universes.
It's funny though because I was just going to say real quick though is that they're very limited for villains in Tom Holland's because Scorpion is funded by JJ, Green Goblin, Hobgoblin are all done by Norman Osborn, who neither of these characters have actually shown up in the movies yet, and then Rhino is basically shows up because of the Kingpin, but I mean he ends up in that suit, so like he could show up. The Rhino could show up actually. I guess if Doc Ock is showing up and Electro showing up, I'm just trying to think of all the villains that they could do.
In the first one though, with Vulture, when the Vulture was in prison, at the after credit scene. Wasn't there something there that set up with
he bumped into Scorpion?
Yeah,
Scorpion. Scorpion is the guy who was on the ship.
Yeah,
but Scorpion wasn't Scorpion yet, right?
No, he's just a fucking gangster that wants revenge.
I really, that sucks because I would really hope that they like introduce like JJ or somebody like even like Norman Osborn.
Well, J. Jonah Jameson is in the Spider-Man universe. He shows up at the very end. Remember, Mysterio reveals his identity on J. Jonah Jameson's like webcast.
Yeah, but
And
that's
the new-
true. But
the
Yeah, the newest one at the very end.
That's right.
Yeah, because remember he takes Mary Jane for the web swing, and she's like, "Never fucking do that again." And he lands, and just like at the end of the first Spider-Man movie, where Aunt May catches him and she like cuts off like the what the fuck, right? J. Jonah Jameson shows up on like one of the screens, and it's a video that Mysterio had recorded after he accidentally kills himself, and Spider-Man, he made it look like Spider-Man had killed him, right?
At all.
And then he kind of like he's sitting there looking into the screen. He's like, Peter Parker is Spider-Man, and he's trying to kill me. Right? I tried to fight him. I'm sorry. And then he gets killed in the video. And J. Jonah Jameson is like, Spider-Man's a villain. Right? And then it cuts off with Spider-Man going, what the fuck? And it cuts him off. So yeah. So J. Jonah Jameson is in it, and it's actually the same actor too, which is really cool.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
J.K. Simmons, right?
J.K. Simmons is J. Jonah Jameson in both universes.
He's
now.
the only good JJ to ever live, like who could actually play that character properly. Like
He really reminds me of the one from the original cartoon. In the 80s.
He just reminds me of the character. I know he reminds me of the character in general.
And one of my favorite internet memes. What? Really? Or when he laughs, man, I love it. I love internet culture. It makes me so happy. People are so clever.
There's apparently they're working on a new RoboCop. It's a direct sequel to the first one with the same writer from the first one, but like the production, it was happening, but then the director that was supposed to direct it wasn't directing it anymore, and now it's like up in the air.
Development hell is what you're saying.
But anyway, so the original writer from the first RoboCop was whatever writing another script that's supposed to be a direct sequel to the first one, ignoring all the other crappy ones.
Yeah, like
cool. And they were saying they would want to bring back the old suit and have it like really gory and violent like the first one was, and like have it really like that style of directing.
Well, that's all
Which
they
would be
need.
awesome. Because
right?
like, that style, like cyberpunk style, is so like kind of popular right now too. So it kind of makes sense.
Well, no, I agree with that. And I mean, like with Dread came out like I want to say like 2013 or something like that, right?
Underrated movie, awesome.
Very, very good.
It was. That was a very good movie with Carl Urban.
Yeah, and like that's all they need to do with RoboCop, right? They don't need to update him. They don't need to give him fucking like superpowers and like super speed or anything like that. You know, just leave the same kind of stuff around. Just leave the grittiness and just add the gore, man, and everybody will be happy.
And like and use the old filmmaking methods of like that stop motion and stuff to make it seem like it's like from that era, a movie made from that era, instead of trying to see.
I think that would go down great with viewers with watchers like us, but I don't know that modern moviegoers would really want to see that.
Yeah,
I don't think they would. I don't think they would connect with that as well.
I guess they'd have to do like CG and then just make the CG kind of that style to make it like kind of look like it a little bit, like just so it has that retro like look, but also like the nice polish of the new CG.
I agree with that.
No, I think that's
it's like the new He-Man cartoon.
It's so good.
So much
that
fan
was
service.
So well done.
But it's like it's so retro, but it's so polished too.
The people that did Castlevania anime were the ones who animated that one.
Yeah, because Castlevania is another one that was really well done.
Oh man, Castlevania! It's just so good, man. There's a scene in the third season which like it feels like, I don't know if any of you guys are anime fans. I'm pretty sure Nolan isn't, but straight out of fucking Berserk, man. It is so cool.
Oh yeah, Austin, Street Fighter 2 anime.
There's a Street Fighter 2 anime?
Is there actually? Yeah. I didn't know that.
Fucking awesome.
Is it actually?
Be good.
I'd actually be okay with that. Like, so what kind of characters are there? Is it just Ryu and like Chun-Li kind of thing, or is it like have like Dhalsim and like all the side characters?
I am not that well versed to even know. I love that. I love the animation. I love the fighting in the animation, how they like choreograph it, like how it's done is so cool. I'm just a fan of the art of it, really.
Oh, hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
They have Rio in it.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they would do Ryu. The only reason why they didn't do Ryu in any of the live action movies is because, it was back in the 90s and in Hollywood, you had to be white or you weren't allowed because,
Capcom
Hollywood was super racist.
Capcom actually had something to do with this too.
Really?
Yeah. I might watch this actually.
What
yeah.
other movies are you guys like really excited for other than like just the main kind of like basic Marvel movies and everything like that?
Fuck, man. I don't even know what's coming out.
I have no idea what's coming out.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I
man. Like,
honestly don't.
Other than my
Because of
nerd
COVID, I've
circle.
not been following really much of anything.
Well, I just got my nerd circle, dude. So like,
I'm
It's-
looking forward to Amazon's Lord of the Rings series.
that's true.
Oh,
That
don't.
is.
I'm really looking
That's
forward to that, but
Don't look forward to it.
I just
Why?
have no idea what.
So essentially, they hired the lead curator for the Tolkien Museum to be there, like to make sure it's accurate and everything like that. And about a week into writing and everything like that, they fired him for creative differences.
What?
So it's going to be completely inaccurate to any of the actual books of Tolkien.
Well, is it?
Well,
supposed
it's
to follow?
not based on.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I don't think
It's
on
based
that.
off.
before
It
Lord
is
of the Rings.
based off of a. It is based off of a book, the Tolkien books. Though there's a whole book series that is based off of before the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit. So
Well,
it's
is it
just like the
still
fact that
Marillion?
but the fact that they kicked them off because of like creative differences, right, means that it's not going to be. That it's not going to follow it, so I'm not excited for it whatsoever. Right? If it ends up being good, cool. I'll be really surprised and like happy for everybody who gets to enjoy it. But I'm not gonna watch it if they're not gonna if they're going to not follow the storylines or anything like that.
So
They're
there's
gonna do whatever they want.
It actually takes place before the books and the films.
Yeah, no, that's right. So it takes place in the poems, the short stories he wrote called the Marillion.
I think it takes place before that.
No, because it takes place on the island. So essentially, other than elves, there is the type of people that Aragorn is, right? They're like kind of like humans, but they last longer and everything like that. That's where it's going to take place on.
That's not what I'm reading.
That's what I read.
I'm reading it's taking place before all that stuff.
But anyways, yeah. So they kicked him out. So if it's good, then cool, right? Like, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to watch it. I'm not gonna I'm already paying for Amazon Prime, but yeah.
I just use it for shipping. I don't actually really watch anything on there.
But if you guys are really excited for it, go ahead and give it a try.
I don't know. I'm just looking for entertaining shit. So I don't really care much if it's competent. I'm kind of okay with it. So I just need it to be good. There's another TV series too coming out.
What's that?
Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah,
It's going to take place on the Targaryen island before
I
Aegon.
feel like I think it's gonna be garbage.
I agree.
Have you watched episode 3 of Ted Lasso?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Oh,
that's right. You put Ted Lasso up.
I know. That's why the fuck am I downloading these for you?
Because I'm watching. I just watched.
You guys are also watching
the
it.
first episode.
Yeah, but I thought you wanted me to do it so you could watch it. You don't give me fucking
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, no, I am.
I love Ted
But
Lasso.
I got too excited, so I watched
Yeah.
it.
Vice
Because I've been
Principal
waiting.
is amazing.
That's the show you wanted me to watch. I was trying to figure that one out. Honestly, I can't watch something else right now. I've just burned through Superstore in the last like 4 days.
The old roommate was really in love with that show.
Yeah, it's a good show.
It's good, but like I don't know, man. Like the first season
Falls off at the end, the last couple seasons, but the first.
I don't know.
few were
I
really
didn't
good.
mind season 4, and I'm not hating season 5. I'm not hating it, but I feel like I can see why it got canceled. Like if it got canceled for season 6, I don't think they're doing season 6, or they got canceled. I thought.
I can't remember how many they did, but yeah, it's done.
Well, there's season 5 is on Netflix right now. I don't know if they're doing a season 6, but they did a season 6, so I just haven't watched it yet. I imagine I have a feeling season 6 is where it's gonna fall off, but we'll see.
I watched that one on NBC.
Yeah, so everything I'm watching still is NBC, and like I don't mind. So like, okay, season 1 wasn't great. Season 5, I'm into. 2, 3, and 4 were really good. I think what I hate though is that I think what I hate about it is that Jonah and Amy got together. Like, I feel like they could have strung that on for like probably another season, and kind of like once they got together, you're just like, I don't actually really care anymore. But there are some cringy episodes though, like when Amy's daughter has like the Consuela.
Oh
and,
yeah.
like, man, that is a cringy fucking episode. Like all the way through, it's cringy, and like you're like I don't know. I like there's parts of it I'm like, I don't know if I can actually make it through this show, man. Like this guy's making an asshole of himself so much that I don't know if I can keep with it.
Yeah,
But
having
man,
kids,
Garrett-
that's like
Garrett-
oh dude, that's so wrong.
Garrett's my spiritual character in a TV show. Like if
Oh,
there
he
was
clearly is.
if there was one person that I was like so much ever in a TV show is if you guys ever watch so it'd be Garrett from Superstore, and then from the League, what's his name from the League?
Oh, I haven't seen that for a long time. I watched the first season of that.
Man, that show's fucking funny.
It
Right.
is about the fantasy football league or whatever.
Yeah. And like I'm just trying to think of the characters. Ruxin. Everyone was calling me Ruxin through high school. Like the last year. And I'm like, man, am I that big of an asshole to everybody that I deserve that name? But apparently I was. So my next name was Ruxin, which I was just basically like screwing everybody. But fuck, man, the vinegar stroke episode was the best, like one of the best episodes for sure. And then when like what's his name's daughter had a birthday party, and then like the brother just starts singing about how her parents had sex.
Yeah.
And like everything he has in that show is a bong. Like
Yeah.
he's like a mascot. He turns the mascot's head into a bong. He finds a gun, turns that into a bong. And like everything he ever found, it was a bong in that show, and it was so good. Oh, it was so funny. Yeah, I want to watch Vice Principals, but I gotta wait. You can watch it on it's on
HBO.
it's on HBO.
Like Crave.
Yeah, I don't have
Yeah.
HBO Max.
No,
Yeah,
I don't have that or Crave.
Speaking of HBO Max, what did you guys think of the Snyder Cut?
I liked it, man. It was
I
good.
really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I know Jonah's watched it like
loved how-
37 times.
No, he's watched it. He's watched it every day since it came out.
I've watched it a fulfilling amount, yes.
Which
I
is
just
still a
love how it
lot.
Completely changed Cyborg's character. Just put so much.
Oh,
more depth.
Ray
It's just
Fisher
like,
got
oh.
fucked hard in the
first one.
Justice League. Yeah, in Justice
yeah.
League.
Like God, like it in the Snyder Cut, he's almost he's the focus of the last half of that movie, and it's brilliantly done.
I agree wholeheartedly. And then like all the characters I hated in Justice League, I absolutely adored in the Snyder Cut. Flash was amazing. Fucking he's like he saves the day at the very end. Right? It's just amazing, man. It's so good.
I actually kind of
Well, that actor did a good
Go on.
job in both movies. He was directed poorly, obviously, in the theatrical release, but I think he's just a really good actor, and for the Flash movie is going to be awesome.
It's just weird that they chose a different character than the TV series.
Yeah, but like you're not gonna get Ezra Miller to fucking play the Flash for 13 seasons in a TV show.
Yeah. No, I know, but I'm just saying. Also, that show's filmed in Vancouver, which is
A lot of shows are where they need the city to be like unrecognizable to Americans. They always choose.
the Central Okanagan is huge right now for movies. Well, not
Yeah,
right now.
especially Hallmark. There's a lot of Hallmark movies being made there.
Yeah, that's
a lot of
fuck,
Hallmark
man.
movies.
I know. Just a lot of
Maybe
movies
too
in
many
general.
Hallmark movies.
The characters
But
are-
what else is there that I want to say about the Justice League? Maybe I think it was like it just makes you really think. What the fuck were they thinking when they looked at Justice League? They're like, that's the version we want. Right? Let's cut this thing up. Let's mangle this fucking thing.
Well,
You know,
they
it's
just
just-
gave them too much
I think
control.
it's director egos. Like think of when a new lion takes over the pride, he kills all the little cubs.
That's true.
He wants
the
to
new doctor
reshape
comes
his
in and-
image, and that's what
Yeah.
Joss Whedon did.
It wasn't
Really
good.
crappily.
And he's got a huge ego too.
It's like
Whedon.
it was almost
And
like the
so-
perfect storm of like having two directors that are nothing alike, and then having them. It's like the worst scenario for directors taking over another one's work.
Yeah.
Because you look at the two work, like both of their work, and it's like it's not even fucking close.
But I don't know, man. It's just like it was so good. Like I enjoyed it perfectly, man. Like it was everything I wanted in a Justice League movie. Right? They did everything right by it. Each character had its own reason to be there. It wasn't like in the original where fucking the moment Superman got there, everybody else was completely useless.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. Every character had a reason to be there.
Yeah. And they all had like for example, Wonder Woman was a better fighter than Superman. Flash was actually faster than Superman. Instead of being like, yo, yeah, Flash saved a family of people in a truck. You're welcome. And then they cuts over to Superman literally carrying an entire building of people. And it's like, oh, like kind of just made a character completely useless, right?
And the ending is so epic. It's awesome.
Oh
It's
wait, when he
amazing.
goes back in time,
yeah.
dude.
It's so awesome.
He's like, you gotta break the rule. You gotta break the rule, man. You gotta go faster than you've ever gone before, man. Oh, it's so good.
And everything's like crumbling away, but like falling in behind him as it's coming back to like the present time.
Oh man, it's so
Oh,
cool.
it's so good.
And like that scene right there, single-handedly made me excited for the Flashpoint movie.
Yeah.
Because Flashpoint is such a cool movie, like a cool story and everything like that. But I was so 100% sure that they were gonna fuck it up. But no, man, they convinced me. I am more excited for that than I've ever been before.
Yeah, hopefully after all this pain that DC's gone through, they can put it all together and then put out some like super awesome. Well, they have already put out some super awesome movies because they've picked some right directors and they're getting like on the right path.
Well, I mean, they just needed their own style. Like they were trying to at first they were trying to do the Zack Snyder one, and I really liked Zack Snyder's the way he put it. Right, where he was sitting there talking was like Marvel had their kind of like action comedy thing, and it was going really well for them, right? So I didn't want to do that. I wanted to. I when I looked at DC, I seen this mythology, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more character driven.
Right. He's like, I seen this mythology, like these gods, and I wanted to really go into that. He's like, but I guess I was the only person who really seen that, and you know, it makes sense for what he was doing. But like the moment Joss Whedon took over, it just felt like a worse Marvel movie, and it's so much worse because of that.
Yeah, because he tried to. It did feel like a really poor imitation of Marvel.
And like, don't be wrong, there's some scenes I really like the idea of what he had going there, like because I subscribe to the mentality that even bad movies have good moments. Right, it's a really cheesy scene, and it's a scene that has Mustache Gate in it, right? You know, where he's fucking like you're looking at the top of his lip, you're like, oh, what the fuck? Like, oh god, why? Right? It's when the kids are talking to him, they're trying to interview Superman, right? Because they're excited to see Superman for their YouTube channel. Yeah, I thought that was a really good idea. If they didn't do Mustache Gate on, I thought it would have been a really cool little scene, right? But you know, what do I know? I'm just a guy sitting here talking on the internet.
All right. Well, I think that's where we're gonna cut it, guys. I think we got a solid hour of
the nerd word.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, email us at onepodcastfornerds if you'd like more of these. Because if we get feedback, it entices us to do things more.
The good word of the nerd.
And we'll listen to it.
That's all I got. Remember, you can always support us on Acast. You can find the links in the description below of every episode, as well as Main Jams, where you get some sweet 1P4N mugs and other apparels that you're liking. Yeah. You can find those as well. You can find the link for that as well in the description below. And
the regular hoodies are fucking awesome.
Everything on there is awesome. So go over there and support Main Jams. And then by buying a mug as well, you support the show. Unless you want to donate.
Either quote Nolan, the mugs have a really good hand feel. Yeah.
Like every episode we do, they all have a good ear feel. So stick around for future episodes.
Man. It's not the same.
No, it's not.
That's not the same. That felt bad.
I think just taking a body part and saying "feel" at the end is.
Well, you know what? Feel.
Yeah, it's got a good gooch feel. I'm just gonna.
You know what feels good on the gooch?
And that's a segue to the show.
Yeah, that's how we end the show. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for sticking around, listening. Thank you, Austin. Thank you, Nolan, and thank you, Bones.
And thank you, Andrew.
Yes.
Thank you, Andrew, for always setting this up.
Yeah, fuck. Well, I didn't set anything up this episode.
You know what? I'm gonna thank the listeners.
And thank you, listeners, for sticking around.
all around
Actually,
the world.
I already thanked the listeners. So I said thank you for listening.
Yes.
So,
Nothing wrong with doing it twice.
fair. Thanks for everyone for kicking around, and everyone have a great weekend. And yeah, remember, everything feels good on the gooch. So play that outro, boys.
See you later, cheeseheads.
Gooch.
Gooch, 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 gooch.